I would still want to pass my sincere condolences to the family of Peter Mbodhu Kehongi, 15 years, and Christopher Kariuki, who died in the unfortunate incident. Despite the fact that the entire security team was aware of threats to disrupt and to cause violence, our security decided to keep off, stay away from the event until after the community, until after the business people, until after the public, the members of the public were able to actually repass the attack by people who were ferried, from my own reports, in 3 Kenya Mpya buses. Even as the youth were being dropped at Keno, because they started being dropped at 7, the people in the church, the leadership of the church, including people who are in the market, started calling the police, because the DCC is right across, less than 50 meters away. And the security had already been summoned. More than 100 police officers were right across, maybe 30 meters away from the scene of the unfortunate incidents. The entire purpose and objective of the attack that was organized by persons that we have named, Honorable Dede Nyoro and myself have named, and this is public knowledge. Go to Keno Market, you will be told who were the organizers and where they met and which dates that they met. The security was part of the plan to attack AIPCA Church. I have, without any iota of doubt, I state with confidence that the security and even IG, if they were then, or the cases that they were not aware about this attack, then somebody sitting as the minister, cabinet minister in the Interior Ministry, the IG, who under our constitution is an independent organ that has independent authority of operations of the National Police Service, must resign or should resign. Those 2 public state officers should resign if they did not know, if there are cases that they did not know. But you know, I want to tell Kenyans that we must stop hypocrisy. We must stop using the vulnerable youth to cause violence. In Ithanga, the burial will be in Murang'A County because it will be in Ithanga. I'm not so sure where they are buying land for these families. And I think that could be a good thing, save for the things they intend to do tomorrow. Save the money they are mobilizing, 100 people, should be given. 100 people times 11 counties is 1,100 people. Times the amount of money they will give to each, I don't know how much, but I'm told they will give between 2,000 and 5,000 per youth, depending on the distance that you have come from. That money should be used to build our hospital, should be used to take water to the villages, should be used to, in a hospital within Keno or Vika Hospital, where people are dying every day for lack of medication. That money should be used to train youth through the proper institutions of government. That money should be given to the family that have lost their dear loved ones, not to be used in the manner in which it's being. The Kikuyu, the Gema Cultural Association is a membership organization, and I'm now publicly saying it is a shame that it is led by the bishop, and the bishop is a renowned Christian. He must himself dissociate himself from the things that are being planned, maybe behind his scenes, behind the scenes, or behind his back, or in cahoot with him. And I believe that those are not things that are supposed to bring unity in this country. And we are supposed to be preaching peace. But how do you preach peace when you know there is ethnic mobilization that is being carried out?
So much, will you be attending the funeral?
I will not attend the funeral because I would not want to associate myself with the things that are happening. But after all is said and done, after all these public shows and side shows are over with, then I would want to have an opportunity myself and maybe other people of goodwill to visit the family in a more sober environment. Runs in succession. Any government office runs in succession. I will, for purposes of record, do a letter to the Interior Minister. I'll copy that letter to the Principal Secretary, Interior Ministry, and put all this material that I have said. I will copy that letter to the Inspector General of Police, who personally is likely going forward, personally going to take responsibility for some of these crimes, like disrupting people's meetings, like oversighting murder, killings of the youth, like oversighting mobilization of police to disrupt meetings with a political agenda. I will be copying this letter to the Kenya National Human Rights Commission because it's also being paid by the Kenyan payer. And we have not had the Kenya National Human Rights Commission condemn the Murang'A incident. I will be copying it to the Kenya Human Rights Commission. That's a different body. That's a civil society. But the national agency, I will copy to them. I'll be copying this letter to the IPOA, Independent Police Oversight Authority, for independent investigations of the Murang'A-Keno incident. I'll be copying this letter to European Union. I'll be copying this letter to the American Embassy, all our partners. I'll be copying this letter to all other international agencies so that if this country is going to head the wrong direction, somebody will have said that we are not doing things right, and we are not going the right direction, and that we must arrest the situation now, not tomorrow. The leadership of this country. I want to urge His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta that Kenyan taxpayers' money is being misused. I'm also aware, and maybe that is not a bad thing, that you are organizing to buy land for the family. And that, I hope, it is a way of compensating or trying to ameliorate your sinful, murderous acts that you did on 4th of October. Shame on you that you have not relented and that you now want to ethnically mobilize Mount Kenya people in this particular barrio, actually spitting on the poor people's feet once again in the name of pretending that you are helping them to bury. They do not need 100 people from every Mount Kenya region county to bury the dead. I feel very bad that young lives were lost and that to date, Matiang'i, Kibicho, the IG, the DCI of the Republic of Kenya, you have not told us who executed this particular crime. You have hopelessly tried to drag my name and the name of Nyoro into this organized crime. You are now organizing another crime by mobilizing youth using cultural rights, cultural connotations, Gema Cultural Association. And I want to tell you, and I want to warn you, that Kenya does not operate in isolation. Kenya operates in a global economy, a global country, a global world where intolerance, where democracy must be allowed to thrive.